My Gavan and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arach here, Galadurthan, head of the budding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the, I've decided, penultimate episode of Canned. Let us just briefly cover why that is and why I feel a vote is totally unnecessary. Number one, as you can see, Mordor has basically been defeated. Gondor has got Minas Morgul and has not lost any provinces west of the Anduin to them. Mordor are shortly, if we wanted to, about to take Orashir, or to lose Orashir, and to lose Imlet Kanan. That'll be a big chunk of their southern holdings. We would then push north and take Halthanur and Ostithil, leaving Mordor with an absolutely paltry realm, stretching basically from the Morannon up to not even the borders of Mirkwood. They've got nothing. They are out of this game. Mostly courtesy of me, taking Barad-dûr and attacking them on the east, but really just because we have taken Harad out, which meant Harad haven't attacked Gondor, and then we've attacked Mordor, which meant Gondor have had no opposition and have fought back well. You will also note that the Ar-Adanaim really don't present actually very much of a threat, and unfortunately their armies, as you can see there by me canvassing the screen, are few and far between, and with the fall of Harad, which is what I hope to use as the end of this series, the Ar-Adanaim would follow suit very swiftly. Basically, we are already at the point where we can't lose now. There's a strong battle. There's a suggestion of a strong battle against Radzag when he returns to Barad-dûr, and we then need to kick him out. But that battle still is only a minor speed bump now on the otherwise clear motorway that is our path to victory. And this is always the point where I lose interest, it has to be said. Whilst we are actually a region reasonably far away from our victory, we're not even at 50% of our regions that we need to control, but then we're only 4 away from 50%, and then it would just be a numbers game. We would just be taking out the Ar-Adanaim and then moving north and taking out what's left of Mordor, sorry. Get there in the end. And then it would just be a horrible late game slog against Rune to get to 40 regions, which I'm not even sure we'd need. I think we'd need Rune and Dol Guldur in order to do that, and that is many episodes with zero challenge. And the point of my channel is always to show off features of the mod. And we've shown off the benefits and the main features of Canned quite successfully, and I feel no regret or guilt at all in ending this episode once we have taken Tal Aljaff and Harad have died. I can't imagine there will be that many of you that disagree. If you do strongly disagree, please do comment and let me know, and your opinion will be taken into account and subtly disregarded. And I'll gauge how many people do feel that way, but to be honest, I think most of you are now looking forward to the start of the High Elven campaign. And pending some minor tweaks from me later this very evening, the High Elf campaign is ready to go. So I'm eager to swap that out and see that, to be honest. Now the only thing I would take suggestions on is, of course, the High Elves are going to take place in Eriador. The Angmar campaign currently takes place in Eriador, which does mean that there's going to be an overlap. So if you feel particularly aggrieved that there'll be 2 campaigns in a single location, I would hear arguments to suggest that Angmar should stop, and in fact that Harad should continue, just so that we have fighting in different theatres, because somebody commented on a video yesterday suggesting I haven't yet actually been able to show you any elite Candish units because I've spent much of this campaign defeating Harad and pushing out against them and throwing everything at it to stop them gaining momentum. And so we're now at a point where we actually would start to build the infrastructure to see those late game elite units. But at the moment you've not seen them. So if you would submit that, I will this time actually put a poll in the video, and your options will be Canned to end or Angmar to end. One of them is going to end, and my suggestion is Canned on the subjection of Tal Aljaff. But if you feel that Angmar would be better suited to end after its next 2 episodes, which would likely be about the fall of Bree, then please do say that and pop it in the poll. So there we are. Right, we can turn off the toggle fog of war and actually set about defeating Tal Aljaff, because this will not be the last episode, as I said in the intro. This is the penultimate. Whatever happens, there's going to be 1 more episode, so hopefully that will draw some attention and people will do what they want to do. So we need to build an army to actually take it, and the army is just there, Captain Zia. But he's only... There's a half tier to fill there, and we don't want any of Palando's trash units, really. Those are trash units too. Amun Ithel has some... Ah, look, that unit's good to go. We'll take them.
The sun sets on today's
I'm not too good. 99 Variag Bowmen, maybe. I suppose there's better than nothing, aren't they? And we'll take the Stiff Goods too. That Northern Army does have 100 Nomad Axemen and 120 Nomad Warriors. You guys come down as well then, yeah, go on. You guys are going off, were going off to raid Halthanur, but whether or not we still will. But for the now, we shall end the turn. As we wait, allow me to just explain to you the absolute glee I feel today, as I'm recording this straight after work, before I've done anything. So I'm still currently in my uniform, if you will, even though I just wear a suit to work. But my cufflinks today are fan-bloody-tastic. Particularly if you are, like me, have a keen interest in flags and Vexillology, because my cufflinks today are shields bearing the flag of Hertfordshire, and I absolutely bloody love them. 229 Morannon Guard, and then duplicated, and then halved, and 2 units of Orc Host. Your army is garbage, sir. Now, let's see how badly the auto-resolve favours them, though, because... Ah, look at that. Smashing victory. Now, we lost a few more than we would actually have lost, but it's good to see that sometimes the cavalry does get what it's meant to in the auto-resolve. But that battle would have just... I'm not bothered about fighting battles like that. The only reason I tend to fight battles like that is because the auto-resolve normally is so atrociously bad that... Oh, the Grey Havens have faded, with the Eldar of the Teleri falling back to the very outskirts of the once great kingdom of Linden, where before the works and majesties of the elves stood unchallenged and proud. Their might has been thrown down, and many of their number have followed their kind across the sea to the undying lands. Yet, those who remain have gathered together for a single final effort to retake the homes of their forebears. Joining together, this force of Eldar seeks not to go quietly into the west, but to stand. And in the memory of their past glories, they will give their all to reclaim what has been lost. No, thank you. Ooh, what's that one? A guild. Ah, look at the guild icon. That's weird, isn't it? Linden has fallen. What on earth has happened? And how comes... What are you doing?
I'm gonna stick
Why didn't you take Barad-dûr, you idiot?
Yes.
Oh well. Our meager force can regroup, and we'll definitely get Moraghost, so that's alright. I'm not too concerned about what happens up there now. It's all about Tal Aljaff, to be honest. We must take it before Harad gains any other ground. So, speaking of that, Ankh-Kadagmir must hold.
How may I serve?
Prepare our armies. You will march against our greatest foe.
Honor to serve.
Well, if we don't have the troops, we will take
How
trash,
may I serve?
to be honest. Room for 2 more, and that's all we've got left. Yeah, perfect.
Yes, noble master.
Now, we're only a turn away.
Orders.
That'll probably bring Harad back for one massive climactic victory, I should hope. We'll see. Ah, look, a couple of late games. That's our absolute highest, though, isn't it? Yeah, Storm Riders. And then what are they called? Warlords Cataphracts. They're our elites. We might be able to skim them through. Krukmaher. 9 turns. I'm not sure we've got another 9 turns. Well, in the interests of the campaign, let's cheat them in, because we know we are nearing the end, to be honest. We need to process. This is also an opportunity for those of you who don't know how to cheat, to cheat. Process CQ, process construction queue, and then Kruk. Does that work? Yes, it does. Alt 150 is a U with an umlaut. Not an umlaut, sorry, a circumflex. Bop. There we are. Krukmaher now has the ability to train our best units, and we will chuck them in so that we might get one opportunity of seeing them in battle. Let's make an army of purely our best. Don't worry with them then, we'll just send cavalry. They're just dismounted versions of them, so you'll get the idea. We'll take a couple of Wind Riders if you got them. We're going to want money for that. How much money do we make? 2,000. That's not really enough. Is somewhere building something? Oh, look at this army.
How may I
Oh, that's a proper good army. Ah, no. Get you to the front.
The sun sets on today's
3 turns is going to take him.
noble orders.
I'm not too worried about you two then. You can go first and go back.
Yes, noble master.
How far away
How
are
may
you?
I
Too
serve?
far. Well, if we take...
Orders.
Drop them off.
As you will.
Take the cavalry. You'll get there in 2 turns. Yeah, we can wait 2 turns for you to come. And then we can get rid of all of his trash.
How may I serve?
The ground forces are good, but
The sun
I
sets
suppose it's
on
only 4
today's
turns. If we're not actually attacking anyone, that time will pass
Our
quickly.
enemies will suffer. We move. Yes, noble master.
There we are. Let's see what Mordor do. Oh, we have loads of units moving around. Oh, of course, we were preparing our army to take back Barad-dûr, weren't we? Oh, dear. For those of you that are unsure what the flag of Hertfordshire looks like, because I'm sure many of you will not know, because why would anyone know? It's a fantastic looking flag, with blue and white wavy lines representing, as a background, representing the many rivers of Hertfordshire. And then it has a yellow shield in the centre, which is the colour of St Alban, which is a major city with... Oh, not a major city, it's a very small city, in fact, but it is a city. St Albans is a city within Hertfordshire, and the patron of the place, St Alban, who was a Roman fellow, I believe. His flag is the Scottish flag, but the cross in the centre is yellow rather than white. And so the yellow colouring covers the shield in the centre of the flag, and then there is a heart in the middle of it all, which of course is where Hertfordshire gets its name. A hart is a type of deer for the uninitiated. So there you go, fun with flags. Right, get the archers in first. Cavalry come over here. Everybody run. What are we up against here? Garbage? Probably. Right, they've grouped up, so let's go for an overwhelming numbers charge into there. Nice. I don't even want to think about how many we just killed. 34% of the enemy just died in that one charge. Can you believe that? Right, you guys do run away and target that Moran Guard unit, because Moran Guard can be a bit of a bugger.
Cut off the serpent's head. The enemy general is slain. Only half the enemy force remains.
Half the enemy force remaining. The enemy general is dead. The campaign for Khand only gets easier as you get your more elite troops out, because of course your elite troops are phenomenal at charging into enemy units. Right, you guys hit the Moran Guard head on. You guys come back and hit those Orc Archers, and you finish those off. Nice. Now, Moran Guard are actually a spear unit.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us.
Get them to charge in as well.
This is a portent of a victory.
Orc host over there. It's all over for the enemy already, isn't it? Look at them. Cowards. Fleeing back to their town centre. Oh, with great Gondorian-themed buildings today.
Our enemy flees.
Continue the battle. Our cavalry floods into the city as a plague.
This is a most crushing victory.
68, 940.
We live in marble, and our foes in.
That was a phenomenal show from our heir. That was fantastic work. I'll need to do a developer diary soon because there's been some regional changes. Now, I know many of you are going to be concerned when you hear that because you know that we were discussing Henneth and Noon. And unfortunately for those with a raging hard-on for the hidden cave, it has gone. But it hasn't gone in totality. Henneth and Noon now continues on as a fort in the same manner as Amun Sul, the watchtower of. So you can still defend in Henneth and Noon and you can still fight in the battle map, but it has been removed and the actual region is now in Rohan. The main purpose and the main reason, which I will discuss at length or in a bit more detail, it won't be in any more detail, which I will discuss as well in the developer diary, is because the point of Gondor, and whenever I've played as Gondor, I've always felt that Henneth and Noon underwrites this, or not underwrites this, Henneth and Noon, no, I don't want to do that, I can't think of the word I want to say, but basically when you're playing as Gondor, what you want to do, and what the aim is to defend against the River Anduin. By defending here, there are two crossing points, Caer Andros and Osgiliath. And you can hold those. You get the fallback in Osgiliath of falling back to the western one, and then you can hold the bridge in the middle if you wish. And Caer Andros, you've got the bridge on the right, you've got the city itself, and then you've got the river crossing on the left. So there's these fallback locations. But Henneth and Noon always then gave you an extra place to defend. It gave you an extra location to worry about. That Mordor could take Henneth and Noon and have a giant fortress right outside your lands, pumping out troops. Meaning you've got to then commit to either breaking out of your defences and pushing and then holding Henneth and Noon, which can be attacked from any direction. Or you commit, you just give it up and submit to the fact that you've just lost what will then become a very valuable city for Mordor. And I never really liked that. I always felt the battle should be fought exclusively over the Anduin. And so with that in mind, Henneth and Noon was cut.
Yes.
So the key checkpoints now, apologies to talk about it in the campaign really, but if once you've got the strength to break out, you now move forward and you take the next checkpoint, Minas Morgul, and then out to Cirithungul, and then north to the Black Gate, and you don't have to worry about this half go-between in the middle. That's one of the core regions. The other core reason, and perhaps the biggest reason, is because Henneth Anun is a cave in real life and is nowhere near the military powerhouse that it unfortunately has to be made in this game in order so that it can't be upgraded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to lose a lot. Well, you're not full strength. You're not full strength. You two are trash. Need to lose one more. You're not full strength either. There we are. Right, move you to there. And there we are. Our army is ready. 2 turns we are from the border. Right, Captain... What on earth is that? Arig Boge. Assuming hard G's. Arig Boge. Arig Boge. I don't know. That would be my guess. Anywho, the second reason, as I say, is Henneth Anun is really a cave, but in our game is represented as a giant citadel, making it an incredibly useful and large military production facility, which it should not be. So, in order to lessen the effect of that egregious law break, I suggest we just cut the place. Also, because Rohan and Isengard could really do with a buffer region, and that is where it has gone. So now the Westfold, and so quite rightly now, this region is the Gap of Rohan. This region is the Fords of Eisen. A new region here has been added, which is the Westfold, and then West Emnet has shrunk a little bit. So it is a lore-accurate region that takes its place. So it's not, we're not making up a region in Rohan. So I'm all for it, to be honest. We did discuss it a while back, and it was actually we sort of decided against it. But now the consensus is to have removed it. The Shire has also lost a province. But to counter that, Mitchell Delving is now no longer restricted. So Mitchell Delving can now grow to as large a city as you want it to be. But you have lost one province, specifically Deep Hallow. Was it Deep Hallow? It was Deep Hallow, wasn't it? So now Hobbiton is Shire North, Mitchell Delving represents Shire West, and Longbottom represents Shire South. Longbottom is represented as a village on most maps of the Shire I have seen, and I struggle to find the reference to Sackville or its location. So I swapped the names. So Sackville is now called Longbottom, and is where Longbottom actually is on a map from Tolkien's hand. I think it's one from Tolkien's hand. I'm almost certain it is. So anyway, so the region is a bit more lore accurate now. Not massively, because the Four Farthings are no longer represented, but it was just too much of a waste to have a province there that did nothing, you know? I always felt, and it was then agreed, so Shire's lessened. Now, we're losing loads of money because of all this crappy little army we just trained over here that we don't actually need. I'm not going to retake Barad-dûr. Although, of course, as I said at the outset, and as the poll suggests, you have the choice, you have the option to choose which campaign you would want to end. And there's a chance the Candish campaign is going to continue. So I shouldn't really be wiping out my troops, but... and we are going to get our elites all trained. It's only those Wind Riders we're not going to get, so that's fine. That is our full roster right there. Every unit you can get siding with the dwarves. Of course, if we'd sided with Mordor, we would have Dark Numenorians. Ah, look there, Warlord Umara, the final army of Harad. Keep getting us mixed up. But there's Serpent Lord Batar, the faction leader. He ain't doing nothing. Although the Mordor force that's knocking around there, I think we could go and take that out.
How may I serve? Orders.
I don't know where it's gone.
Yes, noble master.
And for some reason we can't.
How may I serve?
Oh, I didn't realise that.
An honor to
There we are. You guys join up.
How may I serve?
You guys coming from the other side. Take some of those Amon-Ithel forces. Oh look, all those weak ones. Take all of them. Let's build an army out of the crap that doesn't mean anything anymore. Leave the trash. So we've got Halthaner. We've taken back Imlad Khanan. It doesn't like us all that much, but that's not a problem. Let's end the turn again. Oh, and another set of units from Hoyver-Mare. Curses. For those of you who are in England, and for those of you that comment on the videos, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on what your favourite county flag of England is. I'm pleased to say that at least all of the county flags of England, most of them, don't have much writing on. And if they do, it'll either be a Latin motto or something to that nature. I'm fairly certain we don't have any counties that just say their name on them. There's nothing worse than a flag that just says its name. Fortunately, no national ones do that, but a couple of the states ones do in the United States, which obviously is famous for its states, but some other countries as well. We're going to lose that battle, and I'm not going to fight it. It's just a death. Let's see if we can withdraw.
Like a cornered snake.
You've gone the wrong way, Mordor. You've put your bets on the wrong side. You can claim this little victory here, but the ultimate victory will be mine. Although now they've got Barad-dûr back, I think the Nazgûl are respawning. That's a pain. I shouldn't really want to be fighting them again, but we may not be. Oh, East Nosgiliath has rebuilt. Well done. Well done indeed, Gondor.
How may I serve? Orders.
Quite the army we have there.
We rest here until dawn.
One more turn and the Krukmaher cavalry force is ready.
Noble one. We
But
close
there we are.
for battle.
Our army arrives at the walls of Tal Aljaff. Captain Eric Borg, Serpent Lord Bata,
We march.
end him. I know you don't have a general, and he is. It is just him. You have enough men to win that. Don't let me down.
Yes, noble master. I will bring our forces together.
Do we have anyone else?
We will
Oh, those two over there. The elite army, yes, of course.
We shall endure out.
How
Alright,
may
all
I
of you,
serve?
change your plan.
Orders. How may I serve?
Pull it into there
We
just in
march.
case they get ideas. Which they may well do, annoyingly. Oh, look, Gondor's coming around. Hello, Gondor. Oh, the Witch King of Angmar. Trapped like the cowardly snake he is in a backwards end of the world location, really. I mean, it isn't really, but as far as Gondor is concerned, Halthanur was lost a long time ago in the War of the Ring. But there is Eastern Osgiliath in all of its rebuilt glory. Looking very nice indeed. Oh, look, there's another Nazgûl. I wonder what the Mordor army did. Oh, it looks like the Mordor army has buggered off. Oh, another troop? I needed to stop training troops. That was poor. I wonder if Harad will attack us, though, or if they will just go out with a whimper. I mean, if it's looking like they're going to go out with a whimper, we will instigate a battle and fight them. But we may not. They may force our hand. There have been quite a few other changes behind the scenes in terms of modding, so a developer diary coming up soon would be a welcome addition to the channel, I think. Welcome in the roster of videos. But I am really looking forward to playing as the High Elves. It's total new ground for me. I really am interested in it. But I really don't want to fight that battle in this episode. And annoyingly, we're only at about 25-ish minutes, aren't we? But I think I am going to cut it short there, because if we really are going to end the Candice campaign, then this battle is going to be the one to end the very campaign. So it's going to be a bloody massive one. We are outnumbered, but we've got much better forces this time. Not a single trash unit amongst us, unless you count Countish Hunters. We've got some good cavalry, 2 units of Lancers, 2 Wind Riders, or 1 Wind Rider, sorry, and 2 Horse Archers, but they're mostly ground forces, which is nice to steady the boat. They've got some cavalry of their own. I am going to save it, I'm afraid, and this episode shall be a little shorter than normal, because that battle is going to be the one to end the campaign, if indeed that's the way you all vote. But do vote in the poll. Do, if you come down hard on a particular opinion, please do vote, and then next time we'll know where we're going with it and what everyone can expect. But for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, do remember to check out Gamesplanet using the link in the description below, and I thank them for sponsoring my videos. But for now, and until we speak again, I should say that other bit first. Navarne den per mad melonin, and farewell.